games. Pat Rady has a record of 92-68 in 7 years at Cloverdale, 133 wins in 12 years of coaching, as the tip is won by Greencastle. They are coached by Bryce Rector, and in his coaching career at Greencastle, he's been there 6 years, 83 wins, 48 losses.
I think Greencastle might present at times some matchup issues for Cloverdale. While not a lot of extraordinary much height, overall some height advantage in this ball game. So we'll see how Cloverdale defenses Greencastle here early.
Well, Greencastle comes out and gets called for a 3-second violation, and Cloverdale tries to take advantage on the other side. Ball gets kicked, deflected, and it's loose in the backcourt, scooped up by Hutchison, and immediately after that, a pushing foul. Looks like our first one of the game, called against Tate Jackson.
Yeah, one of our keys to the game today is getting off to a good start. Both these ball clubs, as they kind of struggle a little bit to get this season going, they got to get off to a good start here.
And that certainly helps, as the lob pass from Rogers to Wilson is a good one. He finishes off the glass. What would you say are some of your other keys there, Jan?
Well, no doubt about it, is get off to a good start. And the other thing is, when you're struggling, free throws are such an important piece of the ball game, because if you can hit free throws even though you're not shooting real well, you can stay in most games.
Thomas with the miss, Holton Miller the Greencastle rebound. Both these teams do not shoot it well from the line early in the season. Greencastle at 60%, Cloverdale 68%.
Well, and that was the third of the three keys of the game, is shot selection. Another thing, when you're not shooting the ball incredibly well, consistently, make sure you get the best shot you can.
This is one thing Cloverdale coach Pat Rady told me during the week. He's like, we have to be so ready to be patient with Greencastle on defense, because they love to take a lot of time off the clock on each possession. They're doing that here.
I think one of the greatest things in the world is when you talk about sports at the high school level, and the word patience comes up a lot. And then I remind myself, these guys are 16, 17, 18 years old. I'm not sure patience is in their DNA sometimes.
Wilson with the miss, and Thomas the rebound. Cloverdale's roster, 3 seniors, 2 juniors, 3 sophomores, and 2 freshmen. For Greencastle, they have 5 seniors, 3 juniors, 2 sophomores, and 2 freshmen.
A lot of movement for Cloverdale, trying to get a lot of movement to try to get something underneath.
McGuire Lee has it up high, and shadowed by Miller.
Yeah, and the thing you like about this is nobody likes to play defense forever, so they're making Greencastle play defense. And if you watch defenses who have to play for long periods of time, after a while you start staying a little bit. That's when you get a quick shot or a nice back cut.
Jackson dribbling it now and hands it off to Thomas. Thomas averaging not just 18 points, but also 7 rebounds, 2 assists. Thomas slices his way inside, draws a contact. Looks like he's going to the line. That one's against Cole Hutchison, the first Greencastle foul.
Well, you talked about patience, and patience what it was. They really kind of just moved the ball until sooner or later they found Greencastle a little bit flat on their feet, got a dribble drive, and next thing they know, they're at the free throw line. Now, this is where you get off to a good start by hitting free throws early.
He's an 83% free throw shooter, is Thomas, and he hits there. And he got them both, ties the game up. They played an abbreviated JV game before this. Cloverdale won that game over Greencastle 29-10. Decided to play one half instead of a full game. So Cloverdale trying to make it a sweep. Can the varsity get it done as well? Alexander loses it, but got it back. We've played nearly half of the quarter.
We have. That last offensive possession took almost 2.5 minutes.
Alexander offline, and there is Thomas for another Cloverdale board. Jackson looks at Koosman, but Koosman wasn't open as he went curling through the lane. Jackson again in trouble. Here's Thomas again. Weaves his way in, tough shot. Rebounded by Hutchison.
Well, the problem that Cloverdale's had here early is they've had nobody able to get near the boards, one shot and one shot only, and that becomes problematic if you don't shoot a good percentage.
Rogers uncorks a three. Does not draw iron, gets a little bit of an air ball chant there, rebounded by McGuire Lee.
Don't be surprised if we don't see Greencastle kind of go into a little more compact zone, because if a team's not hitting from outside, what you want to do is clog the lane a little more.
Traveling violation called against Cloverdale. And that on Levi Hilton. Anthony Adams checking in for Greencastle. And also Cloverdale's putting in Zach Thomas.
You said you had been here before, correct?
Correct, yes.
I had, as I told you, I had a lot of relatives grow up in this area, so I've certainly known the area, but this is my first opportunity to be here at Cloverdale. Just super nice people.
I feel like I've covered several Cloverdale Greencastle games, a rivalry that certainly bleeds over into all kinds of sports. Turning in, shooting and missing is Wilson, but looks like he's heading to the line for a pair. That Cloverdale foul.
Yeah, you see Greencastle get down offensively to the point of no return. You get the ball that deep, and not much you can do defensively there, but foul.
That's against McGuire Lee, his first. Endeavor Communications offers a variety of internet speeds that fits your family or business needs. Surf the internet faster than ever before with internet speeds up to a gig. Contact them at weendeavor.com for more information.
If Greencastle's going to start closing the deal, and we talked about this earlier, John, is free throw shooting coming into today was just 60%, and he misses those too. You just have got to find a way to get up around 70+% to get yourself consistent in the win column.
Greencastle's gone, like I've said, man-to-man. Now they're in a zone.
Well, I like Greencastle getting after it. If you don't shoot well, haven't shot well, get active defensively.
Thomas attacks. They call this foul on Greencastle. That's on Anthony Adams, his first role player off the bench, averaging 8 points, 2 rebounds a game, and look for him to be a factor from the outside. He shoots 42% from three. Inbound comes right in to Koosman. Thought he might have a layup, but missed. Rebound deflected out. Wilson comes down with it, and Greencastle right away looks to slow it up inside 3 minutes to play.
Cloverdale got the shot they wanted. You got to finish that off the glass.
Wilson zips it out. Rogers open from the corner.
Good ball movement. Got a nice little look over there in that left corner. Rogers' average is just 2 points a game. It's a good start for him.
Deflected out on that pass. The trap works. And it looks like it was last touched by McGuire Lee, and a Greencastle player coming up bothered a little bit. That's on Rogers, and last look at that Rogers three.
Yep, and that's what you want. You want to get inside, get the defense to collapse, get yourself a shooter somewhere, get his feet planted, have a great look, and that's what happened.
That is a foul on McGuire Lee on that play that happened on the baseline moments ago. And already McGuire Lee with 2 fouls. Lee missed all of last season with a leg injury, had 10 rebounds against Indian Creek earlier this season. Coach Pat Rady told me his motor is always rearing to go. Steal there by Thomas, and then is like a backcourt violation.
Well, your problem here is just too much dribbling. Both teams have got to pass up the court. Dribbling usually does one thing, and that's get you in trouble when you do it repeatedly. It's all right to have a few dribbles here and there, but good ball clubs, John, pass, move, and they have a lot less turnovers.
There's a look at Cloverdale coach Pat Rady, zeroing in on his 100th career victory at Cloverdale, 8 wins away from that. Does have almost 140 all-time in his coaching career. Rogers almost had it poked free by Jackson, able to keep it away from him. Wilson uncorks a deep 3 and hits.
Well, really nice shot by Wilson. Both teams, I repeat myself again, are young, starting to figure out their roles on these ball clubs, so some of the dribbling will happen, but you got to try to keep it to a minimum.
Also keep in mind, Cloverdale's a 2A school, Greencastle a 3A.
Right.
So Greencastle is a class above them. Pass almost goes over the head of Jackson. He saves it, but now he's in trouble and threw it away.
Well, he got down in the coffin corner, nowhere to go.
Hutchison with the pass up the floor. Adams couldn't finish. Rebound, and off and running go the Clovers with Thomas handling it. Floats to the corner, a three from outside. Doesn't go down from Hilton. Knocked around, and the ball is rebounded by Anthony Adams of the Tiger Cubs.
Greencastle going to play for probably one shot here, or the absolute best shot they can find. Under a minute.
Adams slashing in. Put a little too much on it. Offensive rebound, and the putback is good by Alexander.
Yeah, Alexander really follows the shot, uses the glass. Greencastle playing with a lot of energy right now.
He is the third different Greencastle player to score. They're on an 8-0 run. Ball gets tipped up, batted in the air. Adams tries to track it down, and he does. Open three for Alexander, and rattles it in.
How about that, John?
Alexander has 5, so does Wilson, and it's 13-2. Tiger Cubs, and a steal by Hutchison up the floor, lays it in, and draws a foul too.
Well, that's what happens when you play with a lot of energy. Their bench is into it, the coaches are into it. They're feeling that energy, and they're really getting off to a really nice start here.
Referees are talking about something here. I wonder if they're trying to figure out who the foul is on. We're down to 3.1 seconds in the quarter.
You know, the key here, John, is your team in Greencastle, man, recognize that Alexander's got the hot hand. Where he is, get him the ball.
They're really talking about something here for a while.
I'm not sure what this sidebar's about.
They counted the basket on the break. They are calling an intentional foul on Cloverdale.
Interesting. Long way away from us, but I'm not sure I've seen that.
That's on Zach Thomas. That's his first.
He would have to make an intent with his hands.
But Hutchison misses the free throw. He's actually, again, one of the best free throw shooters on this team, even though this team does not shoot well.
Well, that'll be
there.
2 shots and the ball out.
And luckily for Cloverdale, it doesn't really hurt him. Yes, the shot did count that where he was fouled on, but he did an opportunity, 2 shots in the ball, but missed them both.
Yep. You think about this. If you get a shot here, that whole sequence could be a 6, 7, 8 point differential in points if you were to connect on all your opportunities. That's what an intentional foul can get you.
Rogers will inbound it, throws it in, pass deflected, up in the air, leads to a run-out layup, good at the buzzer!
There you go.
Brady Koosman gets the steal and lays it in, but it's Greencastle well in control as we head to the second on the ISC Sports Network and Endeavor Communications.
Want lightning-fast internet speeds? Choose Endeavor. Go from slow to whoa. From last to fast, and wait to great. Endeavor Communications is bringing the fastest internet speed in Indiana to your town, so you can download huge files in a flash, stream videos at blazing speeds, and game online faster than you thought possible. Think fast and contact Endeavor Communications today at join.weendeavor.com.
Been all Tiger Cubs so far in this one. The battle between 2 rivals, Greencastle 15, Cloverdale 4. Cloverdale scored their first basket early in the first quarter, but didn't get their second one until right here. This layup by Koosman, as you can tell, he gets it off in plenty of time. But what do you, I mean, can that be something that they can build upon going here into the second quarter, Jan?
Well, you certainly hope so. They're a team that's young. We talked about that. Not going to beat that dead horse all night long, but they're young, but they're just trying to find their identity. They're trying to find who can do what here. They're taking a lot of half-court time, and that's okay to a degree, John, but the problem you get when you take so much time, then you start to dribble, and you do those little things that cause errors and turnovers. That's what you got to guard against.
Well, you mentioned shot selection as a key before the game. What does Cloverdale have to do to improve their shot selection?
Well, you got to move quickly. You can't move all day, but you can. is to get quick, get somebody open, get the best shot you can. There you go.
You got a good one here out of Tate Jackson, but he misfires.
Not a bad shot.
And it was last touched by the Clovers.
They got to have good spacing, which they have. Their spacing has not been bad at all. Confidence now has got to come into play. As you start moving down the schedule, you have got to find some players who can get some streaks and confidence in the shooting.
Also, keep in mind, too, that Cloverdale, not only do they shot it poorly from the foul line, they only shoot 23% from three, and they have yet to make one so far. Here's Wilson slashing in, found a seam and scored. He leads all scorers with 7 points. And Coach Pat Rady for Cloverdale, he is ticked off, and he calls another, needs to call a timeout here with 7:26 to play in the second quarter. It's a full one, but we'll go ahead and keep it right here, Jan, and look at, if you are Cloverdale, you're frustrated. We talked about the issues on offense. Now let's mention defense. What do they have to shore up on that end of the floor?
I think so. Their problem right now, I highlighted a little bit this earlier, I think they got a little bit of a matchup issue playing man-to-man. If I were them, I'd go to a little packed zone inside. Say, listen, Greencastle, you're going to beat me. It's going to be from outside for now. And if they start hitting, then you adjust. But they just don't match up incredibly well underneath the bucket. And so, therefore, Greencastle's getting really a lot of great looks on their offensive set.
If you're Cloverdale, how do you try to get Kyle Thomas going?
Well, what you have to do is set some high ball screens. He's got to do his part and move. You know, as an offense, you can only do so much. He has got to understand he's got to take a leadership role here, in my opinion. He's the guy who can score some points, find a way to get some shots, move, and then they got to find ways to get him the ball.
He is the only player averaging double-figure scoring at 18. Koosman's averaging 8, Levi Hilton 6, Zach Thomas 6, Tate Jackson 5.
Cloverdale's got getting their set just a little bit earlier. Now they're plagued with this half-court trap. So now you really get the ball to the middle. See, get them all to the middle is the weakness of the zone, or a half-court trap.
And Thomas is in there trying to get through there, but he gets fouled from behind by Holton Miller.
Well, what he's doing, though, is he's starting his possession on the free throw line. I would have him come up to the free throw line. It's harder to guard when you're moving than when you're standing there.
That's Miller's first. Greencastle's third foul in this first half. Cloverdale has 4 team fouls.
But the key in a half-court trap, A, move it quickly, B, get it to the middle as quick as you can. Nice movement.
There's the kick out, open 3, does not go from Koosman, out of bounds. Could not save it. Good effort by McGuire Lee, but could not get there in time.
But he has to take that shot. That is a possession where that shot was open, so he needed to take that shot. He's just going to have to continue to work to get his confidence where he'll hit that on a regular basis, but that is where that shot was open. Now what Cloverdale has to do here, John, is they've got to get some buckets off their defense. Their offense is struggling, and when your offense is struggling, create off the defensive side.
Crossover, Adams. Adams with a nice move. Blocked by Thomas, though, at the rim.
Yeah, nice defense.
Koosman gets the rebound. Thomas runs the break. One thing Coach Rady told me this week, too, is got to make Greencastle guard us. In the past, we've bailed them out with quick shots, and that's exactly what he's talking about, because Tate Jackson made his man guard him and also draws a foul.
Take a look. This is at the other end, I believe. Yep, and is a good defensive play. They're going to have to make some stops here, but on this offensive possession down here, really good movement, had the ball to the middle on the dribble drive, and you're going to get some good things happen when you get that ball in motion at the elbow.
Tyler Rogers checks in. Anthony Adams leaves. Adams just picked up his second foul, so he has 2. And McGuire Lee for Cloverdale has 2. Those are the only players in foul trouble so far. We've had 1 tie at 2 all. Aside from that, it's been all Greencastle.
See, when you try to drive through traps, that becomes a problem. Good ball movement there.
Foul line jumper. Well, almost thought about it by Koosman. Then he kicked it out and a travel on Lee. 3 turnovers on Cloverdale. Do you think it might be indecisiveness a little bit?
Well, I think the pressure's getting to them. I mean, what's happening is Greencastle is just trapping them all day long down here, and trap's hard to get your offense going if you're dribbling. But Greencastle's doing what a good team will do is once you get the lead, really pressure your opponent.
Hutchison buries that. So Hutchison has 4, Alexander has 5, Wilson with 7, Rogers with the other 3 to round out the Greencastle scoring as the foul committed by Holton Miller. So now Miller is in some foul trouble. That's his second and the 5th on Greencastle as Cloverdale approaches the bonus.
But the greatest answer to your original question is get the free throw line. If you're not playing well, your sets are not working that way, find a way to get to the free throw line because then you can shoot there all day long. Got to hit some though.
Thomas creates, misses, the tip try, no, but got his own board.
Not a bad shot though, and great offensive rebound.
Thomas again. Almost got his own rebound, kicked loose and picked up by Rogers.
A couple nice looks, just didn't get him to fall. Use the glass, up your percentage every time.
Of course, Greencastle already likes to slow it down. You know they're really going to want to do that, up 15. The back cut by Rogers to come get it. Works on Thomas, and Thomas fouls him. So Zach Thomas gets his second, and each team now has 5 fouls. Inbounder under the basket here is Evan Alexander. There's only been 4 points scored in this quarter so far, all by Greencastle. 3 from the top of the circle. Offline from Wilson. Thomas the other direction. Kyle Thomas back to the corner. Now he lets it go, and he's fouled on the 3-point try by Kiefer Wilson, who can't believe it.
Well, good shooters have the green light to take a shot behind the arc any time they want. But if you're not one of those, if you will, great shooters that shoots a really high percentage behind the arc, get that 3-pointer in after a couple passes. Have the defense shift. You get a lot, but your feet will be set. You get a cleaner look at it than just coming down, dribbling, and taking the 3.
Not a lot of contact there, but if you hit the guy in the elbow, that's going to draw the foul every time. Thomas, 2 of 3 at the line tonight. But again, remember 3 free throws here. He was just behind the line when Wilson got him. These 2 teams are going to play each other again in the Wabash Valley Tournament. That's coming up on the 27th of December.
Nothing like playing the same opponent 2 times in a row.
Get to see him again in 9 days. So Thomas hits 2 of 3. Those are the first points scored in this second quarter by the Clovers. Can they dig in defensively and find a way to get a stop?
Well, that's what they're going to have to do if they're going to get back in this thing, is dig in defensively and make some stops.
And Miller tries to drive. Looks like they're getting Jackson with this foul. That is his second and the 6th on Cloverdale. So both teams will be in the bonus for the remaining 4:15. So now you have Jackson, Zach Thomas, and McGuire Lee. So 2 starters and a key reserve player, all with 2 fouls.
And what you want to do, John, if you're Greencastle, is be patient, under control, and get a really good shot. You have no reason to take 4 shots right now.
Rogers,
nice
baseline, move. Blocked, but a foul is called on Brady Koosman.
Great quick move, baseline. Cloverdale doesn't cut off baseline. He recognized that, and has a nice dribble drive on the baseline. We talk about this almost every game. Defensively, you've got to scoot all the way, your foot out of bounds, to cut off that offensive dribble drive to the baseline.
And that's the 7th on Cloverdale. Free throw missed by Rogers. Now that's only Rogers' 2nd free throw that he has taken in 7 games. So he's 1 of 2 on the year.
Both teams still struggling a little bit in the shooting category.
Cannot get the 2nd one either. And the rebound by McGuire Lee. Cloverdale trying to get something going. Still have not made a field goal in this quarter. Only points have come from the foul line. Ball deflected out, but grabbed by Jackson. So Greencastle back to man. It is McGuire Lee with it.
Well, I would think you have to give some credit here to Greencastle's defense. Their man-to-man has really been tight
Thomas, though, gets fouled by Holton Miller. And that's a big problem for Holton Miller and one of the Greencastle starters because he just picked up his 3rd.
You know what I would do if I was the coach is somewhat what Greencastle's doing right now. I'd see if a team is struggling from the free throw line, I pressure them even harder. Because if you get a foul, your chances of it coming back to haunt you is not quite as there. That's why I talked about hitting free throws at the beginning, because teams will overpressure you even if it's a foul, because your chances, if they're not shooting real good for the free throw line, it doesn't hurt them. Free throws are so huge in ball games.
Evan Alexander back out there. Thomas hits both free throws. Yeah, 6 of Cloverdale's 8 points have been to the free throw line.
And you almost have to make your game plan around free throws if you're struggling from outside, which clearly Cloverdale has at least here early.
Alexander in trouble.
I'd go to the free throw line every possession if I could.
Alexander being harassed. Gets rid of it to Wilson. Wilson turned away, back out to Hutchison.
I think Cloverdale needs to take some chances. Go for some steals. You got to take a few risks here to try to get back in this thing.
That ball got deflected. Adams trying to move. Harassed by Jackson. Now he's trapped in the corner. Jackson throws it out of there to Alexander. And again, Greencastle just continues to use the clock. Alexander from deep. Thomas the rebound.
Well, they took 2 minutes off the clock to get a 30-footer. That you get that shot anytime.
They did use over a minute on that possession.
Yeah, I mean
Thomas from way outside. And Adams the rebound.
Careful, that three-point line can make you shoot yourself clear out of the ball game.
Adams travels. Also turnover count. Cloverdale with 2 turnovers. Cloverdale with 3 rather. Greencastle with 2. There's Greencastle coach Bryce Rector. 6 year of coaching with the Tiger Cubs. Minute 50 to play in the first half. Greencastle has led almost the entire way, except for the one brief period where we were tied at 2. Then they went on an 8-0 run, and they have held it ever since. Open shot for Thomas, and he hits.
And they had good movement, had good rotation, got him a jump shot from the top of the key. Probably as good as offensive possession as Cloverdale's had.
And Greencastle's only had 4 points in this quarter. They have not had a basket in nearly 3 minutes.
And so Cloverdale, if I'm Cloverdale, man, I recognize that and goes, guys, a couple turnovers here, we get right back in this thing, even though we haven't really shot the ball well. Defensively, you still can get yourself back in the ball game.
They just called this foul on Tate Jackson. I thought they were going to just say it got deflected out, but they say Jackson ends up fouling Adams, so Adams to the line to shoot the 1-and-1. So Jackson has to leave with 3 fouls. Levi Hilton is back on for him. Foul's starting to be a little bit of a problem for both these teams. Adams front end hits, so they'll give him 1 more. And that's big for Anthony Adams because he's a 44% free throw shooter. But he goes 100% on that trip. Makes the Greencastle lead at double digits again. Greencastle coming off a loss last night. Cloverdale a victory.
Some of the best times in high school basketball is you play on a Friday and then come right back and play on a Saturday. I used to love that.
Thomas kick out. 3 on the way, does not go from Hilton. Rebound knocked loose, picked back up, and the layup try no good from Koosman and dug out of there by Wilson.
Well, the other part of Cloverdale's issue is, other than that possession there where they got an offensive rebound, they got to dig in there and check out a little better, see if they can find some offensive rebounds.
30 seconds to play in the first half. Rogers left all alone. Gives it for Alexander. Now here's Wilson. Alexander's got it with 13, lets it fly, hit on the arm, and the foul goes against Koosman. Well, his second.
You did everything right there. You got yourself in position, but then you collect the foul, and what should have been a rebound, you're going the other way. Now it's going to stop the clock, and Greencastle has a couple looks here.
These will be free throw attempts 2 and 3 so far this year for Alexander, averaging 9 points, 3 rebounds a game as a 6-foot senior shooting guard. Got them both. He's got 7. He and Wilson each have 7 to lead Greencastle in scoring. Greencastle's lead is back to 13. They're on a 4-0 run. A 3 by Koosman. Got his own rebound. Almost got his own rebound again, but that does it for the first half, a half that was controlled well by the Greencastle Tiger Cubs, who are in search of their second win this season. Our halftime show comes up when we come back in just a moment. You're watching high school boys basketball on the ISC Sports Network.
Irritated by your internet provider? Have no fear. Endeavor is here with eForce high-speed internet. Download speed? No problem. Download an HD movie in seconds with our remarkable gigabit speed. Endeavor not only provides the latest fiber optic technology, we're also here to help you use it. We also provide television, wireless, security, and telephone services with outstanding local support. Give us a call or visit weendeavor.com to see if you're in our service area. Endeavor Communications. Technology for real people.
Of the literally thousands, check that, hundreds, check that. Okay, some sports card shows that are out there in the world. The Andy and Bruno show is the one you should watch, because we have Andy, who's been there and done that, everything in the hobby, and is now a mogul.
Mogul?
Yes.
And we have a guy, Bruno, he talks too much. I can't help it.
Watch the Andy and Bruno show and hear me talk too much.
Yes, and hear me smile.
It's time to supercharge your internet with ridiculous speeds up to 1 gig from Endeavor. Get ready for high gear downloads that power buffer-free streaming, gaming, sharing, and surfing. And fire up all your devices at once with reliable speeds amplified by the latest Wi-Fi equipment. Get on the fast track to a powerful online experience. Contact Endeavor and supercharge your internet today.
Food, shelter, fast Wi-Fi. It's all we really need. Good thing Endeavor has the fast, reliable internet it takes to power all the Wi-Fi hungry gadgets in your home. All at once. With speeds up to 10 gig, get smooth HD streaming video, gaming, music, and surfing, all with no waiting, no buffering, no kidding. Call or click weendeavor.com and upgrade to Indiana's fastest internet today.
Halftime at Cloverdale, where the Greencastle Tiger Cubs have led nearly the entire way. They go to the locker room with a 13-point lead. They have won 5 straight in this series against Cloverdale and looking for their second win of the season. Cloverdale on a 3-game winning streak, but they have come out of the gate struggling offensively. Jan, what do you think is the biggest reason for why Cloverdale just can't seem to quite get on track here?
Well, Greencastle's pressure was the difference in that first half. They went to the half-court trap. They started just a tight man-to-man, then threw a couple wrinkles in and really kind of dictated that first half with their pressure defense. And at least early started out offensively not bad. Kind of slowed down a little bit there in that second period. But clearly for me, it was their defense that really got them this 23-10 lead.
Also, Greencastle's offense has been very well balanced. They have Kiefer Wilson and Evan Alexander each have 7 points, but they have had in this game so far 5 different players score. What are they doing well on the offensive end that's making things difficult for Cloverdale?
Well, you mentioned patience in your broadcast early on, and I think they're trying to emphasize that. You know, at times they took some what I thought were a little quicker shots than you needed with the lead, but overall I thought they moved, they spaced, all the things you'd want to do offensively.
23-10 is your halftime score. Advantage Tiger Cubs. Much more to get to when we come back in just a moment on the ISC Sports Network.
Hi, I'm Query.
And I'm Schultz.
And of course, we do the incredibly creatively and appropriately named Query and Schultz program every Monday on ISC Sports Network. Derek, it airs at what time?
7:30.
Okay, every Monday at 7:30. We're now on season number 2, and if history tells us anything, catch us now because you never know when they pull the plug on it.
Why would you say that?
Because it's happened
That's not going
before.
to happen here. Comcast, Xfinity 81, ISCSportsNetwork.com, ISC Sports Network, YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, so many places to watch Query and Schultz, 7:30 on Monday.
Again?
Tortured by technology? Have no fear. Endeavor is here with Speed Geeks. Our Speed Geeks are expert technicians ready to rescue you from technology troubles. Our experts are here to get and keep your Wi-Fi running properly. We'll even make sure all of your devices stay connected. Give us a call or visit weendeavor.com to see if you're in our service area. Endeavor Communications. Technology for real people.
Let's take a look at your first half highlights. Greencastle Tiger Cubs ahead by 13. Big reason why. That man on the first one you saw, Kiefer Wilson, 7 points, leads the team in scoring along with Evan Alexander. He also has 7, and that was one of the early shots Wilson started. It's kind of like he set the tone, Jay.
Yeah, I think he did. I think he took advantage of a little bit of a height advantage he had over his defender and really set the tone early.
Brady Koosman looked like he might get things finally started for Cloverdale at the end of the first quarter with that buzzer-beating layup, but it was all struggles for both teams really in the early stages of the second quarter. Could not really get anything going, and then finally, late in that period, they both kind of came alive a little bit.
One of the keys of the game was shot selection, and just that package right there showed you Greencastle's shot selection, all within good motion, good spacing, and good shots within their half-court set, and so their shot selection was really pretty good. And so when you have good shots and you hit a decent percentage, it's going to get you the lead that Greencastle has.
Both these teams are in the Western Indiana Conference. Sullivan sits atop that conference right now with a record of 3-0 in conference play. They're also 5-0 overall. Then it's North Putnam, West Vigo, and Cloverdale, who are all 3-1. Owen Valley and Edgewood are 2-1. Northview at 1-2 in the conference, and then Greencastle and Indian Creek both 1-3. South Putnam is 1-4. Brown County is 0-2 after their loss to Cloverdale last night. Greencastle lost to conference-leading Sullivan Friday night, 65-47. Other games going on in conference play this evening. It is Brown County at West Vigo. North Putnam home against Indian Creek. Owen Valley in a non-conference game. They're at Princeton. South Putnam in a non-conference game is at Park Heritage. And Sullivan is at Edgewood this evening. So a busy night in the Western Indiana Conference. Here in this one, it's Greencastle 23, Cloverdale 10. Individual scoring, Alexander and Wilson each have 7. 4 for Cole Hutchison, 3 for Tyler Rogers, and 2 for Anthony Adams. 6 points for Kyle Thomas for Cloverdale, and 2 for Brady Koosman and Levi Hilton to round out their 10-point total. The problems with the fouls. Lots of guys in foul trouble. Tate Jackson has 3. Brady Koosman has 2. So does Zach Thomas and McGuire Lee for Cloverdale. For Greencastle, Holton Miller, one of their key starters, has 3 fouls. Anthony Adams, one of their key reserves, has 2 fouls. So those are the foul and point totals through half number 1. It's Greencastle leading by 13. When we come back, we'll have the second half from Cloverdale. You're watching high school boys basketball on the ISC Sports Network.
It's time to supercharge your internet with ridiculous speeds up to 1 gig from Endeavor. Get ready for high gear downloads that power buffer-free streaming, gaming, sharing, and surfing. And fire up all your devices at once with reliable speeds amplified by the latest Wi-Fi equipment. Get on the fast track to a powerful online experience. Contact Endeavor and supercharge your internet today.
Irritated by your internet provider? Have no fear. Endeavor is here with eForce high-speed internet. Download speed? No problem. Download an HD movie in seconds with our remarkable gigabit speed. Endeavor not only provides the latest fiber optic technology, we're also here to help you use it. We also provide television, wireless, security, and telephone services with outstanding local support. Give us a call or visit weendeavor.com to see if you're in our service area. Endeavor Communications. Technology for real people.
Of the literally thousands, Check that. Hundreds. Check that. Okay, some sports card shows that are out there in the world. The Andy and Bruno show is the one you can watch, you should watch, because we have Andy, who's been there and done that, everything in the hobby, and is now a mogul.
Mogul.
Yes.
And we have a guy, Bruno, he talks too much. I can't help it.
Watch the Andy and Bruno show and hear me talk too much.
Yes, and hear me smile.
Your life is on the go. Now your viewing habits can be on the go. With the ISC Sports Network app, your team is at your fingertips. You can download years' worth of content from the ISC Sports Network library. High school, college, special events, weekly and monthly shows, wherever you find your favorite app. And you can always find out more information at iscsportsnetwork.com.
Greencastle leading by 13 at the half of this one. Tonight's game being broadcast on the ISC Sports Network in partnership with Endeavor Communications. Be sure to send us a note on social media or give us a call to let us know, or head to our website, weendeavor.com. That is Endeavor Communications. Keys to the second half. Big Jan, what do you think? Let's start with Cloverdale, the team that is behind.
Well, the team behind always has to find offense from their defense. You got to get stops, and then you got to convert that into some points from defense to offense. They're going to do that once again by getting to the free throw line or shoot better, which they haven't shown that that's going to turn around anytime soon. You hope it does, but more likely I find ways to get to the free throw more often than not.
And if you're Greencastle, you went through a bit of an offensive lull there in that second quarter. What do you have to do to make sure you don't take your foot off the gas?
Well, that's a good point, because a lot of times when teams get that quick and early big lead, they don't play as hard. I think their coach challenges. In fact, I think watch for him to go back to that half-court trap just to put pressure and create some points quickly from their defense to offense. It's really important for Cloverdale they get off to some type of decent start. Try to get some momentum. Try to get in a comfort zone, a rhythm.
Tate Jackson, Brady Koosman, Levi Hilton, McGuire Lee, and Kyle Thomas. Starting five on the floor for Cloverdale. Greencastle goes with Anthony Adams. Again, I think he's in place of Holton Miller, who's not going to start the second half with 3 fouls. They do have Evan Alexander, Tyler Rogers, who has the ball now, Kiefer Wilson, and then Cole Hutchison. Hutchison, by the way, averaging 12 points a game, has 4 points so far. Wilson averages 7. He's there right at 7. And Hutchison misses a layup he normally makes, rebounded by McGuire Lee.
It's really nice intro pass. He got a little turned around, a little awkward shot, wasn't able to get it to roll.
Thomas flips to Zach Thomas. And a foul there is called on Greencastle.
Well, one of the things I like what Cloverdale does right here is if you're going to dribble towards the basket, because your chances of getting a foul are enhanced greatly when you're moving towards the basket versus just rotating out by the three-point line.
Zach Thomas inbounds it and gets it right back. Kyle Thomas trying to go baseline, zips it inside to Lee, has trouble and able to scoop it up but missed it. Rebound deflected, and it's dug out by Wilson. How many layups has Cloverdale missed tonight? I've counted at least 3. Long 3 from the outside does not drop in for Hutchison. Rebounded by Levi Hilton.
I really think the biggest obstacle for Greencastle on their side is shot selection.
Short on that was Jackson. Still has not been able to get a bucket in tonight for the Clovers.
Greencastle has not shot incredibly well themselves here from the second period and now into right now. So if you're not shooting well, be patient with the lead. Get some momentum, get some confidence built, and then go.
Just the 3rd turnover on Greencastle. Koosman gets it up the floor. to Zach Thomas. Zach Thomas cross court to Jackson. There's Thomas, and Kyle Thomas gets the and one.
See, I'd be doing that all day long. He is a guy that has pretty good body control and decent length and can make things happen around the rim. I would really run this offense through him moving towards the basket, John.
First basket in the second half for either team. That's on Tyler Rogers. He picks up his first foul.
He's one of the few players for Cloverdale that is a mismatch at times for Greencastle.
And not kind to him there. He is 4 of 6 at the line tonight. Greencastle has won 5 straight in this series. 41 of the last 64 meetings in the last 35 years. These two teams typically play each other twice, once in a conference game and then once again in a tournament. And a long three does not go down by Alexander. Tracked down by Adams, though. Then he threw it away. Thomas the steal. Thomas from the foul line hits.
Yeah, he's got a couple shots here. He's made him now. He's the hot hand getting the ball.
Rogers trying to create. Greencastle still looking for their first second half bucket. They don't get it here.
And
Wilson with the miss, and he gets
John,
the rebound.
then he does it on the defensive end, really playing well right now.
Greencastle opts for man-to-man this time. Deep three by Zach Thomas. Rebounded by Hutchison.
Awful quick shot. You got a hot hand. Find him.
How do you do that but also keep the other guys involved?
Well, you're going to get a good shot, but they've not shot the three ball all night long very well, so you got to understand that.
That three missed by Evan Alexander.
And he's going to be covered sometimes, John. But if you've not shot the three ball all night long very well, I'm not sure why you continue to take it. Continue to just work it, get him isolated inside.
Frustration there for Anthony Adams. He has to go back to the Greencastle bench because he just picked up his 4th foul, and that is the 3rd foul in the second half on Greencastle. Holton Miller is back on the floor for the Tiger Cubs, but he has to be careful because he's playing with 3.
Nice shot.
And that goes in for Jackson.
Yeah, and what was he doing? He was moving towards the hoop on a nice dribble drive. See, at times they have shown some things in their offense that can get them points.
Right back, slashing in, Alexander the miss, but the follow by Hutchison.
But then you can't do that by missed checkouts. They cannot afford to allow Greencastle to get 2 and 3 extra shots at the hoop. Good offensive attack by Greencastle.
Zach Thomas. Now they've gone back to a zone here. One thing I've noticed too about Greencastle, they like to switch it up sometimes mid-possession. Zach Thomas fouled.
Wow, I thought he's pretty vertical.
They gift this one on Evan Alexander.
Close call. As an official, if a man's vertical, well, I see who they got the foul on. It was who'd they give it to? 24. See, yep. I didn't think 24 fouled him. I thought the other gentleman did. 24 was pretty vertical, but there was a reach in right before him, but they still gave it to 24. So that's their call.
Alexander with his first, but that is 4 on Greencastle in this half. So if they continue at this rate, Cloverdale's going to be spending a lot of time at the free throw line. Zach Thomas.
I think when a player stands completely vertical with his hands, unless you use your body to run into him or bump him, and you're straight up vertical, what else can you do defensively? Nothing.
Zach Thomas is 4-4 at the line. Wilson had it stripped. Jackson on the move. Up ahead to Thomas, and Thomas gets fouled.
And now Cloverdale wants the intentional foul.
Yeah, they got called for an intentional foul in the first half after the referees talked about it. So Thomas is trying to say, where's the intentional foul for me?
Nice strip. Now head up. See, the head was up. Not much there. That was a foul. That's just a foul.
Well, I think I see where he's saying, though, because it was a bit of a push like that.
That's just a foul, Michael.
Yep, and that's just what they rule.
Yeah. To be intentional, you got to completely, the rule says you got to completely disable the player, and he didn't do that. Let's see.
One more look at it.
He's got the ball, goes up. He's not holding it. Maybe he gave the push. That's the foul. But I certainly wouldn't call that intentional.
I don't even think the contact was physical enough to be intentional.
No, I agree with you.
All right, Thomas is getting going here. He has had 6 points in the third quarter alone after having 6 the whole first half. Cloverdale's within 5, and they bring pressure. Greencastle breaks it.
When Greencastle gets the ball to the middle, their offense has really good looks.
Alexander tries to dump it to Hutchison. Oh, that's very close. I thought maybe Koosman had knocked it off Hutchison and out of bounds, but they say it was off of Koosman, so it stays with Greencastle. Out of bounds play for Alexander. All the way back out to Rogers. Rogers has not scored since the first quarter.
Greencastle has not got a lot of looks in this period. Let's give Cloverdale some credit defensively. They're making it much more difficult. One of the things you can do defensively, John, is make it as difficult as possible for your opponent on that defensive side, and I think Cloverdale has played much better.
Brady Koosman now has to be careful. He just picked up his third foul. It's the first in the second half on Cloverdale. Rogers did not get it in. And I don't think that Coach Bryce Rector was calling a timeout. Rector not happy with the call.
Well, I think he's suggesting that Mr. Official can't count to 5. I don't know if he did or not, but he thinks he did. Greencastle coach thinks he counted by 2s.
That seemed like 5 seconds to me, but whistle and a foul here on the Tiger Cubs. And the Cloverdale fans and the bench getting into it because they know they're going to be spending a lot of time at the line. And Holton Miller saying, hey, guys, let's regroup.
One of the things you talked about, and you were dead right, is what does Greencastle have to do not to let up? And they cannot watch the score. They got to play to their game. And I'm not sure they have played as intense this third period as they came out and played in that first half.
That last foul was on Kiefer Wilson, his second, and Greencastle's 6th foul. Cloverdale can get it back to within a possession.
How about that?
On this play. Zach Thomas left it short.
But they got a good look.
Alexander skies for the board.
They have got much better looks offensively in this third period than they did all the first half.
I think this might go against Thomas. Yep, Zach Thomas. Now he has 3. So Thomas, Jackson, and Koosman all have 3 for Cloverdale. For Greencastle, Anthony Adams has 4. Holton Miller has 3. That's the foul situation for the Tiger Cubs. So Thomas leaves with the fouls. And Levi Hilton is back on for him. Coming up on 2 minutes to play in the third. Greencastle has only scored 2 points in this third quarter. Hutchison tries to change that. Can't do it. Jackson gets the Cloverdale rebound.
Yeah, much better rebounding by Cloverdale. In that first half, you remember Greencastle was getting 2 and 3 shots. Now only 1 shot.
Off balance is Jackson. Rebounded by Miller. He's trapped under the basket, but gets it out of there to Alexander. Greencastle's got to get it up quickly. They do, and they call a timeout. Full timeout. We'll pause with them as well. Inside 2 minutes to play, third quarter. Greencastle by 5 on the ISC Sports Network.
Want lightning fast internet speeds? Choose Endeavor. Go from slow to whoa. From last to fast. And wait to great. Endeavor Communications is bringing the fastest internet speed in Indiana to your town. So you can download huge files in a flash. Stream videos at blazing speeds. And game online faster than you thought possible. Think fast and contact Endeavor Communications today at join.weendeavor.com.
Your life is on the go. Now your viewing habits can be on the go. With the ISC Sports Network app, your team is at your fingertips. You can download years worth of content from the ISC Sports Network library. High school, college, special events, weekly and monthly shows, wherever you find your favorite app. And you can always find out more information at ISCSportsNetwork.com.
The lead is 5 for Greencastle. Cloverdale cheerleaders and student section trying to rally to get their team back into this. They've had a lot more to cheer about here in the third quarter. Cloverdale has outscored Greencastle 10-2 to get back within 5 after they trailed by 13 at the half. They've been down by as many as 15. In fact, Greencastle led 19-4 very early in this one, and Cloverdale since that time has outscored them 16-6. Wilson out to Adams. Anthony Adams back out, number 22 on your screen in purple, but he's playing with 4 fouls. Alexander kicking it to Rogers. Offensive rebound by Miller, and Miller's fouled from behind.
Yeah, and Greencastle was really doing that well in the first half. Now a couple offensive boards. I think the coach had a little conversation about being more aggressive with 1:33 left in this third period.
And Jackson has got to be careful. He just picked up his 4th. He comes out of the game. So Zach Thomas comes back on for Jackson. Alexander inbounds. Got it into Wilson. Wilson lost it. There's Thomas, but Thomas stepped on the line. Plays like that can go a long way to determine who wins and loses. Yep, Thomas just slid out by a little bit. Didn't take much. Alexander to play it in. Back out. It got deflected by Levi Hilton, and apparently he threw it off of Rogers. So Cloverdale gets it back. What a play by the 5'7" junior.
Boy, you want to talk about a potential good finish. If Cloverdale can finish strong here in this third, cut this lead a little more, who knows?
Greencastle had 3 turnovers in the whole first half. They have 4 in this third quarter.
You want a good shot here. Want a good shot if you're Cloverdale. Yep.
And they get one. They get a foul. That is on Alexander. That's just his 2nd.
And where has Cloverdale spent a lot of time at?
The free throw line.
The free throw line. And they've got themselves right back in this ball game because of it. They get good shots, and if the shot doesn't go, more than likely, take a look. When you're moving forward towards the goal, good things happen. It's hard as a defender when you're moving backwards to get a defensive foul. It just is.
This is the guy you want at the line if you are Cloverdale, Zach Thomas, who has 5 of 5 from there tonight. He is 8 of 11 so far on this young season. Got them both.
There you go.
So now Cloverdale the closest they've been since very early in the first quarter.
Now Greencastle needs to find a good shot here. They've had some decent looks, have not been able to finish as much, John. I'd go inside, outside, get Cloverdale to collapse. If it's there, fine. If not, get a good outside shot, but start inside, outside.
Been a third quarter to forget for Greencastle. They've only managed to score 2 points and rack up more fouls. They have 7 fouls in this half. Cloverdale with just 3. Make it 4 because that's a bump from Levi Hilton, his first.
Officials kind of tighten it up here a little bit here on the contact.
They've definitely sensed it's gotten a little more chippy.
Yep, I agree.
In the second half, and there was that foul on Tom, where Thomas went to the line, wanted an intentional foul, didn't get it. Miller's having trouble getting it in, finally does to Rogers. Rogers lost it, got it back.
A lot of dribbling, a lot of dribbling.
And the pressure from Cloverdale's really coming up.
Really their best defensive pressure we've seen all game.
Alexander way off on the 3, rebound Thomas, up the floor he goes. There's a driving.
Well, I tell you, give a great look. Wasn't that 32, I want to say?
That was McGuire Lee, 22.
Yeah, made the pass. I think it was Thomas.
Thomas made the pass. Lee
that's all because Thomas makes a great pass down to Lee. Take a look here. This is an awful quick shot. Way deep in the corner. See the pass? Had his head up, got the guy moving once again towards the bucket, goes to the free throw line.
Fouls on Tyler Rogers. That is his third. Free throw made by McGuire Lee. His first basket of his first point of the night.
John, they're literally going to get back in this game because of free throw shooting. It can be done.
They've made 8 free throws in this quarter.
Got the
Make
roll.
it 9.
Yeah, and we talked about that at halftime. One of the keys to the game. If you're not shooting well as a ball club, then get to the free throw line. That's exactly what Cloverdale has done.
Greencastle can hold for the last shot.
They need a really good shot here. They didn't get one last possession.
Alexander leaning in and hits!
I like it.
And they say he's behind the line. That counts as a 3, and Greencastle leads by 4 as we head to quarter number 4.
A lot of confidence. Take a look at this. He sees the clock going down. Wow, that's really close.
His toe might have actually been on the line.
But I love the confidence of the young man. Seeing the clock, make the play. You always tell your players, go make a play.
Fourth quarter comes your way next on the ISC Sports Network.
Your life is on the go. Now your viewing habits can be on the go. With the ISC Sports Network app, your team is at your fingertips. You can download years' worth of content from the ISC Sports Network library. High school, college, special events, weekly and monthly shows, wherever you find your favorite app. And you can always find out more information at iscsportsnetwork.com.
What a difference a quarter makes. Greencastle led by 13 at the half. They led by 15 at a couple different points in the first half. And this young man, one of several happy Cloverdale Clover fans about the way that third quarter went, although they can't be thrilled about the way it ended. Evan Alexander hits a 3 right before the horn sounds, and it's 28-24 Tiger Cubs as we go to the fourth. Greencastle trying to win the 6th straight game in this series against the Clovers, trying to get their 2nd win of the season. Cloverdale has won 3 games in a row, trying to keep their winning streak going.
Well, with that last second three-point shot, Greencastle only scores 5 points. And had it not been for that three-pointer, only would have been 2.
14-5 is what they outscored them by, and Thomas slips through for the dunk.
Now all of a sudden, see what confidence can do for you? Now all of a sudden, Cloverdale's making it look easy.
Can they get a stop here defensively? Hutchison.
How about that? 2-point ball game.
Rogers now had it almost poked free by Hilton.
Just a lot of dribbling by Greencastle.
To the corner, Alexander. Push. And are they saying it's here or the other way? They're pointing, it's saying it's going the other direction, so it's a foul on Greencastle. That's on Kiefer Wilson, his 3rd, and that is the 9th foul. There's that one more look at this dunk by Thomas. What a job he's done tonight. He's got 14 for Cloverdale. Now you're putting Thomas at the line to shoot the front end of a 1-and-1. Tonight he is 4 of 6 at the line. Came into tonight shooting 83%.
Good arch, good ball rotation. Cloverdale could literally tie this thing up with this free throw.
But he can't tie it.
Yep.
Rebound knocked free. That would not have been good for Greencastle if they couldn't get the rebound with 4 guys underneath the rebound by themselves. There's Anthony Adams pounding the dribble. Number 22, playing with 4 fouls. Alexander thought about the 3, then decided better of it. What a game this has turned into when it looked like Greencastle might pull away.
Well, I think a lot of this, as much as Cloverdale getting to Greencastle with a really good, that's really their best look here in the last couple minutes, as well as Cloverdale's defense has played. Their offense has really come to them.
Cole Hutchison has hit a basket in each quarter. He's got 8 points. After that, Matt made one that he just got. Zach Thomas trying to go to work. Deep 3 from the outside, knocked down by Thomas.
Isn't confidence a unique thing? See the difference in this ball club? What a little confidence. And I honestly think they built the confidence from their defensive play.
Team foul number 5 whistled against Cloverdale.
Wow, what a turnaround. Greencastle's got to get their momentum back. They played so well with so much confidence early on, and they've got to refine that.
No hesitation from Thomas. This is our first tie since very early in the first quarter. Hutchison gives his team the lead back.
Great inbounds pass. He's seen the break, got him the pass, and they connected, well executed.
Cloverdale's never led in this game. They were down 2-0. They tied it at 2. Greencastle took the lead, and they've had it ever since. Thomas to work in the lane. Tried to get his own rebound, knocked out of bounds, but off of Greencastle's Evan Alexander.
Thomas has been super active. When he is as active as he is in the middle, John, Cloverdale's a different ball club because he's got good length. He's difficult to guard, and when he plays active in the middle, it makes him a different ball club.
Zach Thomas, of course, his brother out there playing. 2.
Cloverdale timeout.
Cloverdale takes a timeout, 60-second timeout. We'll pause with them as well. Greencastle by 2 on the ISC Sports Network.
Food, shelter, fast Wi-Fi. It's all we really need. Good thing Endeavor has the fast, reliable internet it takes to power all the Wi-Fi hungry gadgets in your home. All at once. With speeds up to 10 gig, get smooth HD streaming video, gaming, music, and surfing, all with no waiting, no buffering, no kidding. Call or click WeEndeavor.com and upgrade to Indiana's fastest internet today.
It's time to supercharge your internet with ridiculous speeds up to 1 gig from Endeavor. Get ready for high gear downloads that power buffer-free streaming, gaming, sharing, and surfing. And fire up all your devices at once with reliable speeds amplified by the latest Wi-Fi equipment. Get on the fast track to a powerful online experience. Contact Endeavor and supercharge your internet today.
Tonight's game brought to you by Endeavor Communications. Business phone solutions, more than a phone system. Endeavor offers a hosted unified communication solution that gives businesses the ability to be accessible anytime, anywhere, on any device. Find out more at WeEndeavor.com. Along with Jan Bozer, I'm John Herrick. Greencastle leading Cloverdale by a deuce in this Western Indiana Conference rivalry game.
Well, it's anybody's ball game. It's how bad do you want it now. You fought. Both teams now have a chance to win a ball game. Who can finish strong?
Thomas for the lead. And there's Anthony Adams with the rebound. Cloverdale has never led in this game. At one point, they were down 19-4. They were down 23-10 at half.
Look at the difference in Cloverdale's pressure, John. It extended, clear out by the 10-second line. They've made it much more difficult for Greencastle to find a good shot.
Rogers surveys and kicks to Adams. Greencastle scoring 41 points a game, allowing 48. Might be the first to 40 who wins this.
Yeah, and I think it's important here that Greencastle just be patient, make Cloverdale play some defense, get a really good shot. Good movement, good ball movement. People are moving, somebody will get open. There you go.
And Wilson got it in.
That's patience. That's A+ patience right there. They literally created a good shot by moving, and finally defenses can't last forever. They just don't.
That's Wilson's first second half basket. He has 9 points after having 7 in the first half. Deep 3 by Thomas, offline. That was Zach Thomas, who wears number 20. Kyle Thomas is number 32. He's the one guarding Wilson.
Now Greencastle could literally change the complexion of this game right here. If they could go up 2 or 3 more points right here, they would really force Cloverdale to consider taking a timeout if they can connect here.
Adams decides to reverse. Cloverdale's scored 43 points a game and has allowed 50 so far this season. Their defense has turned it around in the second half. Hutchison saves it from going out of bounds, but misses the turnaround. Thomas gets the board.
Tom's been a man-child in the second half. He's played well on both ends of the court.
He has 16 points to lead all scorers. Greencastle has Evan Alexander leading the way with 10. Hutchison also has 10. Wilson with 9. Now Cloverdale's got to find a way to get a bucket.
The 3:18, there's only so many possessions left. You have to make them count.
Here comes Thomas through the lane. And Adams with the rebound off the miss.
Not a bad shot. Was kind of floating a little bit.
Kyle Thomas has all 6 of the Cloverdale points in this quarter.
Under 3.
He's going to have to get some help.
Go time. If you're going to finish strong here to win this one, it's go time.
Greencastle wants to use as much of the clock as they can
Nice
try.
pass.
Alexander couldn't finish. Rebound by Hilton. Cloverdale trying to get one in.
It was a great pass. Just wasn't able to connect. Nothing wrong with that possession at all by Greencastle.
Kyle Thomas to the rack. Whistle. They say a charge and they wave it off.
They're going to wave it off. Wow, let's take hopefully we get a look at that one, because that was a really solid move. Let's see if the defender was stationary.
No, he was not. Nope.
So John answered that question.
Hutchison was moving right into him.
I agree with you, man. I absolutely agree with you.
These officials have done a good job, but that was not the correct call there.
The most difficult call in all of high school basketball, the charge call. The only other factor that goes into that is, did he use his shoulder to get separation? And I don't think he did, but the defender doesn't have to be stationary if that is the call, and we'll never know. I don't think he did.
But Greencastle did Cloverdale a favor by giving him the ball right back.
So it was all for nothing.
And this time a call that goes against Greencastle. Kiefer Wilson commits his 4th. And it's also 10 fouls on Greencastle, so double bonus for Thomas.
Here's a look at the charge.
Yeah, see.
John's saying no, so I'm going with John. The official has to look at a lot of things during that call. The ball, the feet of the defender, the offense, is he using his shoulders? And if there's a whole lot to look at there, and you have very little time to look at it all. Tough call. It's a tough one to make for sure.
Thomas missed the first and made the second. Can't be missing free throws if you're Cloverdale. He's missed 2 in this quarter.
And that's why you hear me talk a lot of times, sell a call to the official. Overemphasize whatever it is you do to help influence that call.
Cloverdale brings up full court pressure, knowing time is of the essence. Oh, backcourt, yeah.
Yep.
Hutchison thought he wasn't across half court yet, and he was. These are 2 just gimme giveaways by Greencastle, these last 2 possessions.
Let's see where he's at.
Yep.
He has to. Did he establish a court, John? Did he have 2 feet in the ball over the line?
Well, he definitely had the right one over.
He has to have both feet in the ball to establish his court.
Traveling violation called on Hilton.
A lot of people don't understand that rule because it's not defined very well, but a lot of people believe just because you have a foot over, you have to establish a court. So when he's going up, in order for him to establish his court, he has to have 2 feet and the ball both crossing that line before he establishes the court.
Wilson flying up the floor. 90 seconds to play. Wilson trapped, loses it. Down on the ground we go. Jump ball. And Greencastle has the arrow. But very good hustle there by Jackson. Timeout is called.
The problem you get on that call a lot of times, it's a natural reaction. Go, well, it's across the line, and so it has to be over and back. And so a lot of that, it's just a reactionary call. But in order for you to establish your court, a lot of people don't understand this, is you have to have both feet and the ball. Then you have established a new court. I don't know if we can get.
So Greencastle just used that timeout. It's a full one, but we're going to keep it here for the rest of the way. So now if you are Greencastle here, Jan, you got to find a way to close this game out. How do you do that?
Well, what you don't do is rush a shot here. They've not shot well in this fourth period. They've had some good shots moving towards the bucket. And once again, get something towards the bucket, because then if you don't hit something, you might get a foul.
But also, if you're Cloverdale, you still got a shot here. The only guy who's made anything in this fourth quarter for the Clovers has been Kyle Thomas. Do you just play through him the rest of the way?
I would. He's been the guy who brought you to the dance. Let him take you home.
Cinderella.
Man, I've always believed in basketball, if a guy has got you here, let him take you home.
Right now, Cloverdale's got to get a stop defensively. There is the Greencastle coach, Bryce Rector, talking with the referee.
Know who the hot hand is. Know who the guy who's getting it done. I get him the ball.
Cloverdale's in the double bonus. Greencastle's in the bonus. Wilson's trapped. Got rid of it to Adams. Wilson again. And Bryce Rector wants to call another timeout. This one, a 30-second one. 1:14 to play in the fourth quarter. Greencastle 34, Cloverdale 31. Along with Jan Bozer, I'm John Herrick. Thank you so much for joining us tonight on the ISC Sports Network. So now, if you're Cloverdale, how are you trying to get this ball back defensively, Jan? That's the challenge they have.
Well, I think they show they're going to trap here, and I try to put as much pressure out as they can, and honestly, their pressure has been pretty good here in the second half. But you got to watch those backdoor cuts, baseline cuts, because Greencastle has found a few of those.
Big thanks to our whole crew, our director, Jordan Shue, our graphics man, Doug Fish, and our camera operators, Elijah Mash, Mike Rossick, and Clark Quinlan, bringing you this fun rivalry game from Putnam County.
This has been fun.
Holton Miller will inbound it for the Tiger Cubs.
Both teams playing hard, trying to find really a balance in their ball club, still early in this young season, trying to finish one off here. But either team could win, John.
Miller lobs it back to Alexander. Coming up on a minute left. Been a while since either team has scored. Greencastle just trying to play keep away. Rogers floats it back to Alexander. Risky pass, but Hutchison touches it out. Now he gets it back, decides not to shoot.
Greencastle's doing exactly what you should do with the lead.
And Hutchison got behind the defense for the layup.
Spread the court, four corner, make Cloverdale run until you get somebody completely open. Greencastle perfection that time.
Now Cloverdale needs something quick. Hilton through traffic, in trouble, kicking it out, open three, no. And Alexander clears the rebound, but draws trouble immediately. Tipped free by Thomas.
Well,
who almost got a steal.
If I'm Cloverdale, I foul. I don't let this clock. They're going to have no clock to work with. They're down 2 possessions. I find out who I want to foul here and put them to the line, take my chances.
Zach Thomas is back in for Cloverdale. Rogers to inbound. Against full court pressure. Got it into Miller, to Alexander, back to Rogers. Yeah, I don't know why Cloverdale's not fouling. They finally do.
See, but how much clock went off?
6 seconds.
Yeah, I've just never understood that. If you need to foul, why let clock go off? Do it, foul. Now, if you're going to make a steal, fine. Go for the steal, but if you don't get it, then you got to foul right then.
And also, you're playing against a Greencastle team that shoots 60% from the free throw line. I think you probably should have started fouling with around a minute to go or beyond.
I think we agree on that.
Alexander to the line where he is 2 of 2 tonight. Makes the front end of a 1-and-1. Big one. He's got 11. That last foul was on Kyle Thomas, just his second. I think Cloverdale might want to talk it over. They do.
30-second.
30-second timeout.
Yep.
They have 1 remaining after this.
Well, it's a 2-possession game and 2 large possessions at that. So to your point, what you were talking about, what I was talking about earlier, you got to know statistics. We've highlighted, and they had to know that Greencastle's a 60% free throw shooting ball club as a whole. So take your odds, take your percentages. If they hit them, that it is what it is, but there's a good chance they may not and play that ball game. But now you have very little clock to work with. Now you're going to have to foul immediately and find 2 quick threes.
You consider maybe just going down the court and getting a quick 2, or do you're saying 3 after this?
There's not enough time. Not now. There should have been, could have been, but now you're in a 2-possession game. You got to have threes. I just don't think you got enough clock. Potentially you got to hit 1 3. If you hit a 2 and foul quickly, you might have enough time, but it's going to be super close.
A lot of it hinges on this free throw here by Alexander.
It does, because they're making a 3-possession game. And he misses it. You got to go here.
Got to go quickly.
Got to go.
Thomas with 15 seconds. Gets it back. Deep 3. Offline. Rebound. Miller. Miller is fouled.
Good rebound. Not a bad shot. Well, I thought that had a chance. When it left his hand, had a really nice arc to it.
He hit one from way out there earlier. Brady Koosman picks up his 4th.
Yeah, you hit one here and it's probably over because it's a 3-possession game. That's why I get back to what you and I were talking about. Leave yourself a chance with the clock.
Yep.
When you get down to a certain percentage, or I should say certain point of time of the clock, then you have no chance because there's just not enough time in a 2 or 3 possession game.
And Holton Miller gets his first point of the night. Cloverdale's got 1 timeout left to use if they want to, just 7 seconds remaining. And he missed the second.
Yeah, actually missing is probably a pretty good thing.
Yeah, it is. Thomas lays it in, but the final result, well decided there. The Greencastle Tiger Cubs have now won 6 straight in this series against the Cloverdale Clovers. They win this one 38-33. Cloverdale came back, had a great third quarter, made it interesting in the second half. But Jan, how was Greencastle able to both start quickly and then finish strong?
Well, they had 10 points in that 4th period, and they were much more patient. Their shot selection was good. But quite honestly, to answer your question, it was rebounding. They really limited in that 4th period second opportunities for Cloverdale. So I thought their rebounding was as much the clue to win this game as anything.
Final numbers from this one. Cole Hutchison leads Greencastle with 12. Evan Alexander had 11, 9 for Kiefer Wilson. And for Cloverdale, they were led by Kyle Thomas, who had 19 points, but he was the only double-figure man. 6 points for Zach Thomas after him. Cloverdale drops to 3-5 overall. They are now 3-2 in Western Indiana Conference play. Greencastle improves to 2-5, and they are now 2-3 in the Western Indiana Conference. For my broadcast partner, Jan Bozer, and the rest of the fine crew on the ISC Sports Network, I am John Herrick saying so long from Cloverdale. The final score for the final time, the Greencastle Tiger Cubs 38 and the Cloverdale Clovers 33. You've been watching high school boys basketball on the ISC Sports Network, where local lives here.
Want lightning fast internet speeds? Choose Endeavor. Go from slow to whoa. From last to fast. And wait to great. Endeavor Communications is bringing the fastest internet speed in Indiana to your town, so you can download huge files in a flash, stream videos at blazing speeds, and game online faster than you thought possible. Think fast and contact Endeavor Communications today.